5, Counselor Smith,
Here.
Counselor Gear,
Here.
Counselor Alleman,
Aquí.
Counselor Sims,
Here.
and Counselor Andrus.
Here.
All present, you got a quorum.
All right. Can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approval of the minutes as
So
presented?
moved.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Alamon, second from Ms. Andrus. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 5-0. Those are approved. Okay, 17-10-15, request for consideration of noise and odor problems from Buffalo Rock and Mayfield Barbers. I have Ron Thompson on my list of people to return phone calls to. My last couple of weeks have been a little crazy, so I'm going to do that this week. So hopefully I can provide an update at our next committee meeting, so I will carry that over. I will say, I don't know about Ward 2 reps, but I have not been getting a lot of complaints recently, so I hope that's a good trend. 150221, request for a report from Jetty Trip on Citizens Portal. Brian, do you have anything tonight, or do we need to carry this over?
I can come out there and just give you a quick update.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay.
Counselor Smith? Yes. As Brian is making his way out here, I will say I noticed that the Speak to Us Homewood function is live now on the City of Homewood website, and really excited about seeing that. So thanks so much, Brian. Take it from here.
Sorry, casual. I actually should have looked at the agenda, but it is live. Everything is on there, including general comment, all of the different links. We've had roughly probably about a third already of everything that's on there accessed, which means people are finding it, people are using it, and we have it going to the people it needs to go to, and they have been responding. They are learning the forms. It's a learning process for them too, how to access and admin the forms and make updates and all of that, but it's going very well so far. Hope I didn't just jinx it.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Brian, just so he can go back and?
And for the follow-up is that the next step, we can look to engage each other, to put together a committee or whatever, to look at the focus groups and some of the other things.
Okay.
But the baby steps, we're making a few, and we're getting there.
Get it done. All right, great. Thank you, Brian. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the agenda and carry it over, just so we can continue to get updates, and like Brian said, maybe take some additional steps here in the next few months. Okay, 231020, request for presentation by VIA regarding microtransit systems. Counselor Harden and Mr. Sims, I know you sent something out to us today. You want to give us a little quick update and let people know what that is?
Yes, so I just forwarded the information again. I don't know how many of y'all have checked the draft survey and some of the other documents included in that email, but basically I was encouraging counselors to submit the survey so they can kind of give it a test run of convenience of submission and using the form, and also just to see what thoughts were on the questions. So please feel free to share that feedback, and working towards where hopefully we can make the survey live and receive feedback from the residents directly. I also will say that I had a discussion with Chris Nani about this, and there are some conversations going on as it relates to microtransit at the regional level. I don't know if that'll be VIA ultimately or another vendor, but I will say that it seems like we may have some options going forward, not only to do this in our immediate, municipal limits, but also to do some connections with surrounding jurisdictions where we kind of come up with a cohesive system where with fixed route and microtransit, we have a regional transportation system. So just wanted to reference that, as well as that Mr. Nani said, even if we have some of those other changes forthcoming, that he recommends going ahead and doing the survey now, that whatever happens in the future, having that survey and data would be very valuable.
All right, so if y'all can, Mr. Sims sent that to everybody today, so if y'all can go on and do a test, do the survey, see what you think about it, let Nick know so we can get that done and get that live. Sure, Mr. Harden.
I happened to run into the CFO of the Birmingham Jefferson Transit Authority last week, and we started talking about VIA and microtransportation. He says that they are for whatever it's worth, that they are in discussions with VIA. You know, we started talking about, is there really a need for those huge buses to come out with 2 people on them? And he said, we realize that's an issue, and we are in some preliminary discussion with VIA, maybe helping us in the outer suburbs.
Okay.
Whatever that's worth.
Yep.
You just paid for whatever it's worth.
All right. Well, thank y'all, and if y'all can do that survey, that'd be awesome. Okay, moving on to new business, 170321, public hearing set for April 12th, 2021 at 6 p.m. for consideration of a side yard setback variance for a fence at 3017 Roxbury Road. Patrick Jackson, who I believe I saw, yep. Mr. Pugh, y'all can come on up. And Patrick, if you don't mind signing in, there's a sheet on the podium.
Sure.
All right, so I'm a property owner at 3017 Roxbury Road, and I'm on a corner lot, and I am asking for a variance on the setback of the fence, the side yard fence. And I think there were some pictures, I believe I sent to Wyatt earlier, but the property right behind me is the townhome, high density, I guess, development. And so I'm trying to basically just tie my fence, my backyard fence, into that existing fence, which then ties to my side entrance into the garage.
Hey, Brian, do you have pictures?
Yes, I'm sorry, hang on.
That's okay.
And
All right.
he's on a corner lot there.
Yeah,
So-
you're talking about Browning Walls, that's right behind y'all, right? Isn't that what it's called, Browning Walls? Yeah. All right, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah, so you can see that the back side of the fence is somewhat unsightly, so I'm trying to essentially just take my fence and bring it across, or bring it on the same line as the existing fence from the Browning Halls, and then you can see where my driveway. So it's not a full, fence going all the way to the front of the house. This is just more or less capping that fence off and bringing it onto my driveway.
And Wyatt, how much of a variance is that?
That's what we were just talking about. He's not exactly sure.
Okay.
Because I know 15 feet is required.
Right.
If I had to estimate, I'd probably say it's probably about a 10-foot variance at the least.
Is that going to cause any kind of sight line issues for the folks coming out of Browning Walls? I don't think so.
I don't think
but-
so, no.
Okay.
No, that's not gonna.
Yeah, their entrance and exit is further down.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a survey or something? You do have a survey, right?
I do? Mm-hmm.
All right, well, this is set for a public hearing for next Monday night, so the appropriate motion would be to send it out without recommendation pending that public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
All right.
Second.
Motion for Ms. Andrews, second for Mr. Sims. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, so Patrick, that will be in council next Monday night at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. 180321, public hearing set for April 12th, 2021 at 6 p.m. to permit a front yard fence partially in the right-of-way along the creek at 624 Forest. Scott Smith, homeowner, and Wyatt Pugh.
I think Scott's online.
Oh, okay. Mr. Smith, are you on Zoom?
I'm sorry, what item is this?
That I'm just observing this evening.
This is a front yard fence on Forest in front of the creek.
He called me earlier today and said he wanted to work on some more design work
Okay.
with that fence before
Okay.
bringing it to council. Would it be possible to carry that over?
Well, the only problem is we have a public
Public
hearing
hearing?
set for next Monday. So we'll have to send it out pending, let me ask
He would-
Mr.
Yeah.
Wyatt how he wants to handle that.
Do we know, and Mr. Smith, this may be as much of a question for you, if you'll have stuff for next Monday night where we could consider it with the public hearing? Or are we looking at longer than that before you're ready to move forward?
I think we'd probably like at least 2 weeks. So whenever we have to push it back is fine.
If we push back, that means we don't have the public hearing, well, we have to have the public hearing because it's already been noticed.
Correct.
We can open and close it, but it means resetting the public hearing, which means renoticing the public hearing, which means that it would be April 29th at the
I think so.
earliest.
Mr. Kendrick, that would give us enough notice? Yeah, so
Okay.
it would be,
It's a 26.
Okay, the
26th.
26th, sorry. So what we would do is we'd have to hold the public hearing this coming Monday night, and I guess could
What-
we carry it over, the public hearing?
yeah, we can open it and continue it. I guess what I'm wondering is, we don't seem to be real certain with our time period here,
Right.
and I don't want to just keep putting it off.
Right.
You can open it and continue it to the 26th.
Okay. And do that till, okay.
So,
All right, so Mr. Smith, do you feel like by the 26th, well, actually, by the 15th, you would have information to share with us during our committee meeting and therefore be able to have the public hearing on the 26th?
Yes, I can do the 15th.
Wait, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
12th. The 12th.
Yeah, it'd have to be the 19th, right? Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, so could you have the information for us by April 19th for our committee meeting, and then public hearings would happen on the 26th?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Well, then I guess the appropriate motion would also be to send this out without, yeah, it has to be sent out without recommendation because it has to have a public hearing, so, yeah.
it will.
Yeah. And then we'll just have to reconsider the actual information on the 19th.
Yeah, I guess,
Oh, yeah.
so if we're sending it out without recommendation.
That means it's no longer on the
It's
committee
no longer on the,
agenda.
can we leave it on the committee agenda at the same time we send it out? Or just send it back next week?
Okay, all right, okay, all right. Think we got that worked out. Okay, so, yeah, so appropriate motion would be to send it out without recommendation pending the public hearing.
So moved.
All right, motion by Ms. Gear,
Second.
second from Mr. Sims. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, so Mr. Smith, we will open the public hearing next Monday night, but we will continue that to the 26th, and then we'll need you to come back on the 19th for our committee meeting. And we'll be in touch with you about what time that is, because we don't know that yet.
thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, 220321, public hearing set for April 12th, 2021 at 6 PM for consideration of a variance to increase the size of 2 wall signs at 2719 19th Place South, Rod Porchel, Alpha Graphics, and Mr. Pugh, once again.
Yes, there's a picture here. This is what they proposed to do. They came to us with the sign application, having already made the letters. And the downtown district permits a height of 24 inches max on the text. The larger letters at the top measure about 27 and a half inches to 29 inches. It's not a huge variance, and it's well within the overall size allowance for a sign. It's just that one stipulation, so.
So we're talking about a variance
Yes, sir,
for,
I'll get that to you.
for anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, essentially.
That's
what we're
correct.
talking about.
That's
Okay.
what we're talking about.
All right. And again, this will be in a public hearing next Monday night. I assume the applicant will be here on Monday night? They don't appear to be here tonight.
I thought they were going to be here.
Okay.
but,
All right, well, if we could just
Not
make
sure.
sure that they come for their public hearing, that would probably be good.
Okay.
All right, can I get a motion to send this without recommendation pending
I'll make a
public hearing?
motion
All right.
to send this to council without recommendation.
Yep,
Second.
all right. Motion for Mr. Allemon, second for Ms. Andrus. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Unless anyone has anything else, we are adjourned.